Shalom, everyone. This is Dr. Ruth Pauline Plummer here to give you insights from the Torah portion of the reading for this week. And today we're going to talk about a people ransomed by God. You know, are you looking for spiritual deliverance? Well, the last day of Passover commemorates the crossing of the Red Sea and the final deliverance from bondage and the miracle of immersion. When we look at 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 1 through 2, Paul wrote to the believers at Corinth, and it reads, "For I do not want you to be unaware, brethren, that our fathers were all under the cloud, and all passed through the sea, and all were immersed into Moses in the cloud and in the sea." In Paul's day, one who wanted to become a disciple of Yeshua had to go through a ritual immersion. This rule applied to both Jews and Gentiles. Prior to the immersion, the new disciple confessed and renounced his sins in keeping with the tradition of John's immersion. And then he descended into a gathering of living water for the name of Yeshua. The immersion brought ceremonial cleansing from Levitical impurity, and it symbolized spiritual cleansing, death, and resurrection. Judaism, which is the foundation of our faith, teaches that one who immerses in a mikvah, or which is an immersion pool, symbolically dies as he descends into the water and is reborn as he leaves the water. The apostles applied the death and rebirth imagery of the immersion ritual. When we look at Romans chapter 6, verse 3 through 5, it reads, "Or do you not know that all of us who have been baptized into Messiah Yeshua have been baptized into his death? Therefore, we have been buried with him through baptism into death. If we have become united with him in the likeness of his death, certainly we shall also be in the likeness of his resurrection." So for the apostles, immersion into the name of Messiah represented the transition from death to life, from the kingdom of darkness to the kingdom of light. And by way of analogy, Paul saw the same imagery at work in the crossing of the Red Sea. The children of Israel left Egypt, Pharaoh, and slavery behind as they descended into the water, and they rose on the other side as free men, a people ransomed by God. Paul warned the Corinthians not to think too highly of themselves. He also warned them that the generation that perished in the wilderness had similar credentials to their own, and that they had all been immersed into Moses in the cloud and the sea, yet they did not enter the promised land, which is compared to the Messianic era. So Paul, not only uh, the Torah teacher, compared the crossing of the Red Sea to the water of the mikvah. In the Midrash Rabbah, the nation of Israel passes through the Red Sea to purify themselves in preparation for their journey to Mount Sinai. And so when we read Exodus, and I'm going to close with this, chapter 23, verse 12, it says, "The crossing of the Red Sea can be compared to a woman who, having completed the days of uncleanness, purified herself and came to her husband. And when he saw her, he asked, 'Who can testify that you are clean?' She replied, 'Behold, my maid can testify that I have purified myself by immersion in the mikvah.'" Well, a people ransomed by God. You and I, we are people who have been ransomed by God through Christ Jesus. Wow. Thank you so much for joining me. I pray that this has enriched your study this week. May the Lord bless you. Whatever you do, don't forget to pray for the peace of Jerusalem. And I hope to see you this time next year in Jerusalem. God bless you.